I got no idea what happened. So let me continue, because I'm gonna be sending this thing on YouTube. Like I said, we speaking about emotions. We speaking about a very huge concept. I'm not gonna be saying it a lot, because it seems like when I said it, something glitched. You know, it blipped. But we're gonna say nonetheless, fuck it. But I'll put it in a different way. We for now we're speaking about emotions. We're breaking down a very complex subject. You'll find it on my topic. Yeah, people are coming in. Let me see. Are you? What am I? I'm just a person. Yeah. I refuse to call myself anything, because in that way I limit myself. I'm you me. Unless when you say spirit, you refer to it in a form of energy. Energy being a spiritual person, energy being an energy person. So in that way, I'm energy. But now, the energy is different in vibrations. You do get some energies that are of a lower vibration. You do get some energies that are of a higher vibration. It's not for me to decide, but it's for you to decide. How do you know that something ticks from you? How do you feel after fighting? Let me say you're having up an argument with your partner, and you escalate it because you feel pumped up and you want to argue. How do you feel after that? Let's take it to your office. How do you feel when your colleague or your boss is always on your case? Wait a minute, let's take it a bit further. How do you feel about your ex? How does your ex makes you feel? Let me bring it a bit home. How do you feel about yourself? You feel mad. Hey man, don't feel mad for too long. Otherwise you might be mad permanently. But let's go ahead. So now, your emotions are there to communicate your state of being. Please go check out Dr. Joe Dispenza. He speaks about your state of being. What determines your state of being? The way how you feel. If you're feeling low, you are in a low state of being. How do you know? Your body will tell you. Why do you think you feel different after watching comedy? Why do you feel different after arguing? The comedy is a laughter, it adds, it's of a high vibration. Argument, it's stupid. Not only stupid, but a waste of time. Since well everybody wants to be right, let everybody be right. What's wrong with that? Have you ever considered that in your life? Particularly for the people that are in a relationship. Have you ever thought, if my partner wants to start an argument will never be an argument if I don't show up. So they start, and you know your partner, or you know whoever that you're spending time with, you know when they're about to come with shit, you know that. You know, they'll normally come up with those things. They'll tell you things that they know that these are your buttons. They'll be like, you useless. So what you do is you take yourself out of it. It ceases to be an argument. It now becomes a conversation. My friend, you just showed a sign of maturity. You pulled yourself out of the argument. The more and more you do that, the more and more now you don't waste energy. Your energy in motion, it will show in your body. Here's the thing, here's a biological thing that you guys maybe perhaps are aware of. People that are chronically angry, they tend to have very stiff face. People that are always worrying, they tend to have very sickly bodies. What causes it? Your thoughts inspiring your emotions. Emotions are energy in motion. The more low emotions you entertain, the more it's going to affect your body in a low format. Cancer, constipation, erectile dysfunctionality, whatever that you want to call it. But here's magic. When you decide to forgive, to let go, to be compassionate, to be joyous, to smile for no reason. Sometimes we need to stop looking for reasons why we should be happy, why we should be grateful. Why is it that we find it easy to hate? Why is it that we find it easy to worry? Why is it that we find it easy to lose hope? But now, if you tell people that they're great, they're beautiful, they're worthy, they deserve it, people don't want to believe it. It takes me to this. Watch what you feed your cells. You are a cellular build-up. You are made up of cells. You got like 75 trillion cells. Somebody actually asked me this, so let me just answer it while I'm at it. You got like 75 trillion cells according to the study of histology. Hey man, Kakisha, you want to get me into trouble? So, but I'm glad you're finding something out of it. It was not my whole thing, to become a marriage counselor. What an office you just gave me. Shit. But hey, if you feel like you want to be listening to what I'm saying, yeah, for sure. Let's go at it. So now, what happens is the more and more you let go, the more and more you forgive, the more and more you start becoming grateful, you are purifying your energy. How do you purify your energy? Remember, energy is energy in motion. Energy differs in degrees. You got the high energy and you got the low energy. Negative energy, positive energy. One of the books that I'll urge you guys to get, I have another one here from him. Get yourself this book, The Power of Positive Thinking by Dr. Norman Vincent Peale. I have another one here, Unlocking Your High Power, or Unlocking Your Faith Power. It's quite an old one. Hey Zen, how did you know that I was here? Because I didn't tell anybody in the group, So I know a lot of people think that there he goes, one of those positive people that will tell you always think positive. No, I'm far from that. I'm trying to show you that the more and more you become positive, the more and more your cells are listening to you. They are called peptides. The more and more positively you engage, the more and more you cultivate beautiful thoughts, not fighting thoughts. It's upside down. Hey, don't do that to me. It's the other way around. Unlock your faith power. The other one, it's the power of positive thinking. By the way, if you want to get an access to these books, you can click up their WhatsApp link. It will send you to the WhatsApp group where we sometimes, try to see what we can do with these books, PDFs and stuff. That is if you are a reader. But if you're not a reader, yeah, it's going to be very difficult for you. So, what then you do is, the more and more you do that, and I'm not saying that you should, I'm saying something that you need to consider. Negativity makes you sick, positivity makes you well. And this is science. These are not my words. There's an empirical, non-exhaustive data suggesting that love heals people. Hate makes people sick. Love heals you. Hate sickens you. Love heals you. Hate makes you sick. Why then don't leave it? Just leave it. You're carrying it all around. I know a lot of people that are still carrying 1996 argument or last week's conversation with your boss. What has it done for you till this far? Do you feel more inspired because you're thinking about the argument? Or have you realized that you're wasting your time by holding on to the things that are the past? Or you still want to hold it? It's your bag. But I'll suggest that you consider taking it off. Let it go. Unless you want to carry it around. I mean, there's a lot of people that are carrying bags here. You know? And man, they walk around with the biggest bag. I'll be like, oh shit. So you comfortable carrying your past like that? It being heavy for you like that? It making you sick like that? You don't want to forgive your dad? You don't want to forgive your mom? You don't even want to forgive yourself? That's a bag that you carry, full of rocks and stones. It might not be a literal bag. It might only exist in your head. But what exists in your head affects your body. Emotions 101. That's what I'm speaking about today. So if you've been with me up until this far, damn, you must be liking what we're talking about. Sandile, Kyaleboa. If you're new here, please follow the brother. If you are a spy as well, follow the brother. If you are a hater, follow the brother. You know, comply and complain later. You know. But then if you're one of those religious people and you don't like the way I speak about God, you can also follow me, because I'm really not attacking anybody. I'm just here to give you a couple of scriptures. John 10:34. Probably you've heard this a lot. Psalms 85. I think it's also Isaiah 45 as well, where the Bible says, isn't it written in your laws or in your scriptures that you are God's? You are the co-creator of your reality. How do you create your reality? By your thoughts. Everything that you think, your cells are listening to you. Everything. Everything. You think about having sex, you think about food, you think about giving, you think about taking, you think about hurting anybody. Your cells are listening to you. Your cells are only acting out your instructions. What are your cells? Your cells are your microscopic self. You're probably not going to get this on a 7 o'clock news. Probably if you're thinking maybe they're going to be reporting it at 1 o'clock news. No. The media doesn't have anything to do with this. The knowledge that you have to get, it's not the knowledge that comes from external sources. The knowledge that you need to get is the knowledge that comes from yourself. Man, know thyself. So you're looking at me speaking like this as if like I know what I'm talking about. I'm just sharing my opinion. The nice thing about this, you don't even have to believe me. That's why I can go for so long. And I know that I have a tendency of lying to people a lot. So in case maybe perhaps I've lied to you here on a platform, correct me, you know. Say, brother, you said this and this was supposed to be that. Because ultimately, I'm not here to give you the absolute truth. You decide what the truth is. Me, I'm just here getting my hustle on, you know. At least I'm being honest with you guys. What then happens? What's the importance of emotions? Everything that makes you feel, or anything that is emotionally charged, either takes away from you or it gives something to you. If you're getting in an argument, you are giving something away. If you are getting in a discussion, you are getting something out of it. You should master what they call emotional intelligence. There's a book by Daniel Goleman. The name of the book is Emotional Intelligence. You need to be in touch with yourself, man. The way how the universe speaks to you, it speaks to you through feelings. But now if your feelings are dark, you're just full of hate. You know, you just don't like people. Even for me right now, you're probably looking at me like, I don't like the way how he laughs. I don't like the way how he coughs. I don't like the way how he speaks. I don't give a damn. I'm not here to be liked. I did say when I started with this thing to say that I'm going to be playing a character of a fool here. I'm going to try to prove something that is unprovable. And for you logical people, if you've been listening to me up until this far, I know that your head is hurting. Cognitive dissonance. Because this is not what your professor said. You know? This is not what your guru said, you know? We still have people that are like that. The TV has never reported it. I'm not into those people. If you're one of those, this is a wrong channel for you. Apostle. Thank you. Dodo, don't be laughing, you know. So let's go back. What then happens with the emotions? This is how then you get to know yourself. When you think about something, your thoughts are instructing your microscopic self, your cells, your genes, your DNA, your RNA, your molecular self, your protons, your neutrons, your electrons, your quarks, your wave self, your non-physical self. Your cells, by the way, cannot be seen by your physical eye. You need that microscopic thingy, you know, that thing that was conceptualized by, was it Copernicus or Galileo, or was it the Egyptians? It's just a question. But they came up with that to say you can see things that are not visible to the naked eye, microscope. So when you're looking at yourself microscopically, you're going to find things that are called the cells. The cells are what makes you up. Me, I'm nothing but the community of cells. You as well. 75 trillion cells. Some people say we have around about like 150 trillion cells. Shit, that's a lot. Each and every single cell makes you up. Each and every single cell listens to your thoughts. Your cells direct, or your cells achieve what your thoughts told them. That's why a lot of people will keep on saying, you need to program yourself. You need to get to know yourself. You need to feed yourself beautiful stuff. You need to watch what you watch. You need to surround yourself with good stuff, because your environment also plays a very critical role in your growth. You can't want to be a positive person and you always spending time with people that are gossiping, people that are negative, people that are always complaining. It's so sad that we live with a lot of people that are like that. You know, some people are just complaining. You know, you tell them, I think I have this idea. They will tell you, no, it's not going to work. I think I'm going to do this. No, it's not going to work. So somehow you're going to have to start filtering your surroundings, because they can also, or your surroundings can also serve as an energy vampire, something that pulls you down. So your cells listen to your environment. They also listen to your internal environment. Remember, we have two environments. You got the external environment, your husband, your wife, your clothes, your degrees, your house, your English, your money, your ass, whatever. But there's also an internal environment. Internal environment, by the way, it's also that which they call the subconscious self, the unconscious self, your body. And Your actions, you might think that it's directed by your outside environment. No, your actions are directed by your internal environment. There's an African proverb that goes on like this: if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do you no harm. With that being said, no circumstance can pull you down without your authority. I know this shit sounds mystical, sounds deep, but trust me, it's not. So, that's how you purify your emotions. Emotions, what are they? Imbalance, remedy, then learning, conclusion. I think my conclusion before I can get to the book is the following. Before I can get to the book, because I think I'm going to be out of here by 11:30, because there's 2 books that I'm going to need to read from. My conclusion will be the following. Please get in touch with yourself from time to time. Pause. Breathe. Relax. Even if the shit around you is falling apart, calm down. I know you're probably sitting there, you'll be like, what the hell? You don't know my life. I don't. But what I know is, healing is all the same. And what starts healing? Relax. Nobody's after you. God is not out to punish you, eh? Your ancestors, they haven't forgotten about you. Relax. Relax. Breathe. You don't need to fight anymore. You came here to learn. I don't know what. Lenanje, I'm just taking up that concept because when you read the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gitas, there is the Indian philosophy. They tell you that when you get born, you as an incarnate, that's what they call it. Your physical self, it's not the only self that exists. I know it looks like it. But there's something that is bigger beyond this that exists. So apparently, for you to be here on earth, your non-physical self agreed to this. This is according to the Upanishads, the Vedas, the Indian philosophy. If you fucking around with those, that's what they'll tell you. And it's a very good concept to consider because you now start understanding that there is nothing that is meant to be your punishment. Everything is meant to be your lesson. You came here to learn. It's like a school of some sort. It's just a bit fucked up, you know. Because it has a lot of moving parts, you know. It's just a lot. Sometimes now they're evicting you and your body's falling apart. You're going through divorce. Oh my word, your bank balance is negative. I mean, like us right now, me and my wife, we're getting the retreat together. Our 3rd retreat. By the way, it's open for everybody. If you want to attend the retreat, please get hold of me on the site. We're having it on I think the second last week of April. I normally communicate the details of it in a WhatsApp group. If you're not in a WhatsApp group, please let me know. Or click the link up there. It will send you to the WhatsApp group. But if you want to really get hold of me on the site, my numbers are here as well. And while you're at it, I mean, just send brother something. Oh, stop being stingy. I know that church has taken a lot of your money. Askies. You know. but you know, it's never too late. It's never too late. Let me finish, man. So what you're doing is This is the process whereby you start getting to acquaint yourself with yourself. You're getting to know yourself. But now you can't know yourself in a state of hysteria. A lot of us are always scared. And if you were to ask yourself, what are you scared of? Nobody knows. I was laughing with my wife this morning. I told her, I don't know how this retreat is going to go about. Because as is, look at me, spewing and speaking about this. I don't even have airtime. You know? And she was like to me, are you looking at the outside things, or are you being like what Paul said? Paul is the guy in the Bible that speaks a lot about faith. Look at the things as though they were, not as they are. Paul was a form of a magician. I speak about the Bible a lot because my wife is a staunch Christian. She's actually having a prayer picnic this coming weekend. And she's asked me to say something, you know. I don't know what am I going to say, especially to believers. But what I like, or why I'm saying this, probably asking yourself why. Sometimes you don't necessarily have to always agree with people. And there's nothing wrong with being different, but it's wrong when we want to fight about us being different. My wife is a staunch Christian. Me, I study all kind of type of religions. I actually quite recently came across the term. They call it Omnism. Omnism. It's a religion that, or it's a belief, or it's a knowing that there's a truth in all religions. No religion should be left outside. Nobody should be judged. Are you a witch? Are you a magician? Are you a sorcerer? Are you a priest? Are you a pope? Are you a witch? Are you a black magician? You know, there's a lot of things. But now, before you understand that everything is energy, you'll continue judging. You know, you'll be like, no, I don't do that. I don't do that. You can exist in the relationship even if you share a whole lot of different set of beliefs. So long as you understand a belief is like a car. If you believe in crystals, if you believe in the Bible, if you believe in God, if you believe in whatever that you believe in. But now there's a confusion. We start thinking that our beliefs are our ultimate selves. Because you are a Christian, you think, because you are an atheist, you think, liberate yourself from that. That's how you grow. Unless you're going around being a religion police like Christians. Because that's what they do. But it's not only Christians that are at fault with this. The people that have quite recently learned about the chakras, learned about the third eye, kundalini, meditation, yoga, they have a tendency as well of thinking that whoever that doesn't know about the chakras, they're stupid. No, you stupid. Everybody is exactly where they're supposed to be. So if you're thinking that somebody doesn't know about the chakras and you're much more clever, hey man, the ego is having fun with you. You know, it's like they think they know, but they don't know nothing. Nobody's stupid. Nobody's useless. Even you. You don't believe me? Ask yourself, why are you here? Or did you just come here to tune on to TikTok? Hate people? Or like me, always asking for airtime? But let's get back to the whole subject. So the thing about the emotions is you will know what's empowering and what's not empowering. That's your job. Which one is what? Did you see something that we do not see? whenever when you experiencing negative emotions, whenever when you find yourself being trapped in a, well, I was lighting something, it was weed. I'm just teasing, man. Whenever when you find yourself experiencing something of a lower emotion, whenever when you find yourself being caught in a state of worry, in a state of perpetual, always feeling down, or you were asking that, oh, I did not see, let me see, where is it? It's my Om incense. That's what I was lighting. I like the perfume of it. It's beautiful. Besides, if you are into the journey, you might have probably come across about something that they call, it's one of the books. I speak about it because it's one of the books that I have here. Aromatherapy. You get your oils, you get your incenses. I got the tea tree oil here. You get your oil, you get your incenses, you get your oil banners. What else? Let me read something about the incense quickly so that we can get it out of the way. I still have time, I see. So thank you very much for asking that. A lot of people actually come in here, they don't even want to ask anything, you know. and I like people that are keeping it engaged, because it also keeps me on my research tiptoes. Using blending, aromatics, oil, massage, pregnancy, aromatic baths. Hey man, where am I going to find you? So let's see. No, Malicious, thank you very much for the follow. I'm looking for something here about incense, the smell. Comfrey, eucalyptus. Let me see. Frankincense, hyssop, jasmine, juniper, lemon, lemongrass, lavender, myrrh. Oh, let's read about myrrh. I got myrrh as well. Hold on. Let's read something about myrrh. Myrrh incense, a perfume. It's a myrrh incense. Myrrh. Mirror ladybug. Let's read. I'm pausing a little bit of my subject because somebody actually asked me about what is it that I was lighting. It actually did not even light. Let me light it up. Aromatherapy. I'm reading up from this book here. A complete guide to aromatherapy, the smell. What does a myrrh do? The origins. Egyptians and the Greeks prized myrrh as a precious commodity. It was used by both civilizations in worshipping their gods, celebrating their rituals, cosmetics, perfumes, and herbal treatments. The Egyptians combined it with frankincense for embalming and purification purposes. Description. It's a small tree rather than a bush. Myrrh is native in Arabia, Somalia, Ethiopia, and other North African countries. Although the leaves are aromatic, it is the resin which is distilled to produce viscous yellow essential oil. It has a warm, lightly spicy, smelly, or sweet smell, something like that. Is it money? If it's money, let's share. You know what I mean? Therapeutic effects. What does the myrrh do for me? Or what does the book say? It's anti-inflammatory and it's expectorant. What the heck is that? Myrrh will also ease bronchitis, catarrh, coughs, and colds. Good too for digestive problems, infections of the mouth, throat, and skin condition. Just out of this, you get all of this. Information is energy. Get back to the whole subject of the day. So your emotions are like that. Every time when you feel low or you feel stuck, meaning something is taken from you. How does emotions take from you, or how does the energy get to be siphoned from you? Anything that is of a low vibration takes the energy away from you, but anything that is of a higher vibration gives you more energy. Emotions. If you feel low, something is taking something away from you. If you're feeling high, something is adding something to you. Energy vampires are not necessarily other people only. You as well can become your energy vampire. You can become your own enemy. Why do I say that? Energy can never be taken away from you until you give it. Energy can never be taken away from you until you give it. You choose to feel sad. You choose to think about those worrisome thoughts. You choose to be a depressed person. To a certain degree, because I know a lot of people will be like, no, you can't be saying that. To a certain degree. How is it that we can find other people feeling good while others feeling not so good, going through the same circumstances? Attitude, thoughts. What do you know? What's your energy? Are you aware that there are things that you can use that can improve your vibration? And to hell with this thing of saying some of the emotions are negative, you're not supposed to feel them. No. Whenever when you're having something that is negative, it doesn't mean like you have to push them away. You have to listen to them. Sometimes when anger comes to you, remember I said that we're here to learn something. Sometimes when anger comes to you, it comes to teach you something. Worry comes to teach you something. Everything comes to teach you something. So a lot of people I know, they usually say, I don't want to be thinking negative things because they said it's bad. No. Whenever when you're thinking something negative, there's a lesson in there that you need to apply yourself to get the message. So stop trying to push your negative emotions back as if like now you're trying. When you say you want to raise your vibration, you want to raise your energy, you don't discard or shy away or ostracize the way how you feel. Sometimes you might feel very scared. Relax. Get into that emotion. Ask your fear. What do you say? What do you have for me? Why do I feel so fearful? Sometimes an answer might not come immediately. Sometimes an answer might come as a form of symbol. You might get a call. Something might just start getting worked out. You might bump into a TikTok. You might bump into your old friend. Somebody might just think about you and something's get to work out. That's how the universe sometimes communicates with us, through the symbols. A lot of us are always waiting for something to be said in words. The universe sometimes speaks to you through your intuition, and your intuitions are regulated by your emotions. Your emotions are regulated by your thoughts. Your thoughts are regulated by the quality of the information you are exposing yourself to. What do you think most of the times? Pain? Stinginess? Confusion? Or you just lovely, happy, excited, content, grateful? Or you just feel like judging everywhere you want to go? With the few minutes that I have, I'm going to read. Actually, I haven't even got the time to be sharing the books. For the people that are still here with me, thank you very much. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to take these 2 videos, I'm going to put them on YouTube. They will be available tomorrow morning. If you want to be part of the WhatsApp group, where I'm going to be sharing up the links, click the link up there. There's a WhatsApp group. We're sharing a whole lot amount of things in there. We're also sharing up the books. And if you want to be part of the upcoming retreat, please also let me know. We're having the retreat on the 3rd retreat, by the way. I think it's the 2nd last week of April. We're having it KwaXwa. If you want to get some details about it, please let me know on the site. Otherwise, you can get more information in the WhatsApp group. I'm going to be reading up from a book here because I want to be out of here by 12:30, 11:30. The name of the book is, let me just show it to you guys. Psychology and Psychological Medicine for Nurses. This book was released 1957. Psychology and Psychological Medicine for Nurses is by Portia Holman. I'm going to read here from page 16. The subject of the chapter is Mother and Child. It's chapter 2. If you're still here and you stuck around with me up until this far, thank you very much for your likes, your contributions. Your audience in general. And I trust that you never got lost in my linguistical barbering. You got the message that when you're feeling low, somebody's feeding from you. This is a topic of the week. You are food. I'm speaking about it the whole week. Today I started with emotions. If you're only getting in now, check out this video. I'll put it on tomorrow morning. There's going to be 2, I think. Because for some reason TikTok got cut off in the midst of our first video. I'm going to read this, and I want you guys to think about what I spoke about up until this far. Your emotions. Because we did what we call Emotions 101. I spoke about it at length. At some point, I got a little bit digressed. I ended up speaking about aromatherapy, church, and blah, blah, blah. But this is what I wanted to come and read for today. And I want to document it so that when I put it on YouTube, it can be part of the public domain. Mother and Child. The growth of character. In his early months, the child is laying down patterns of behavior that he will follow throughout his life. At birth, he, a child, is an unthinking, almost mindless creature with a few simple needs and few primitive reactions. So you and I, when we get born, we are a clean slate. You know nothing, I know nothing. A newborn baby, physically that is, they don't have an idea what's happening on this thing that we call Earth. Blank slate. He is, insofar as these words can be applied to him, selfish, self-absorbed, self-centered. He has to begin to learn almost at once that there are other people in the world. Second, that they will not do everything that he wants or respond to all his demands. Third, that they will make demands on him or of him. You get born, I get born, we come brain-wise, clean. We now have to start learning. What you know today, you learned. Somebody taught it to you. Your mom and your dad, they taught you a whole lot amount of things. They were pretty much like the Indian philosophy will go. Your mom and your father, they are your God. In helping you to shape shaping your reality, or helping you in creating your reality by ideas, beliefs, values. You probably grew up a Christian, or you grew up a Pirates fan. You did not consciously get born and become a Chiefs fan, or you came I don't think you got born and you were like, I'm going with Chiefs. No, you took it from your dad, you took it from your mom. The experiences of demanding and responding to the demands in this early... Can you guys hear me? I just got lost there for some time. Can you guys hear me? I'm almost done. I've got like 2 paragraphs left. Who's still here with me? Oh yeah. Hello. So let's get it on. Let's get it on. The experiences of demanding and responding to the demands in these early days begin the development of this character. The child who, on the whole, expects well of the world will not want to haggle or fight to get his way. He will not torment and resist people when they expect something of him. The child who, on the whole, expects well of the world. Remember, the world is what you expect it to be. The world is what you make it to be. If you think the world is a hostile place, the world will become a hostile place. If you think the world is a beautiful place, the world will become a beautiful place. The child who has been too much disappointed too early will not only be unhappy, but will make trouble for other people as well. If too great demands have been made on him before he is ready to respond to them, he may grow up to be stubborn, obstinate, unyielding, and pig-headed. You learn your demeanor as you grow up. Educationally, they call it childhood developmental stages. You grow up, and the more you grow up, you feed yourself with information, depending on who's teaching. If your mom was pained, your father was pained, and automatically they passed their pain to you, unknowing or unbeknownst to themselves, you are carrying their pain. You carrying their aspirations. You carrying their hurt. Because they taught you. You are who you are or who you think you are today because of your upbringing. An adult with a good character is stubborn and unyielding over matters of principle. He will support or he will believe whatever that is right for him. Someone who is always ready to yield to others, we rightly regard as weak and ineffectual. Here they're speaking about the empaths. You know, an empath is that person who's always thinking that they have to please people to be accepted. Wherever way you go, you don't want to speak about God is black and she's a woman because a lot of people might not accept it. You don't want to tell the people, no, I don't want to go to the party because not a lot of people will accept it. You don't want to tell a lot of people, no, I don't want to go to church because not a lot of people will accept it. So you start becoming an empath and it starts becoming chronical because you start now forgetting about yourself. You're not sacrificing yourself to other people. And all this comes from your childhood. The child who begins with wishing to comply and please can learn as time goes on to give way and when to stick up for himself. But the child who learns too early to fight for his own rights, you grow up to be a fighting child and you don't want to listen to anybody, you become a narcissist. Can you believe it? All this happens within 6 months of your conception or you being given birth to. 6 months. I'm reading from this book here. I know I didn't read it very well. I don't like being read to. I don't like reading to people. But to hell with it, I did it. Psychology and Psychological Medicine for Nurses by Portia Holman. Released 1957. I'm going to be reading from this book and the other book all through the week. The topic of the week is You Are Food. Today I was speaking about emotions. I'm probably going to be back later on in the evening. I'd say 6 o'clock if I'm not mistaken. We're going to be doing it 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock. If you got time and you'll be home at that time, join in. If you want to be part of the WhatsApp group, click up the link. If you just want to contribute to the channel without any tentacles or any ulterior motives, please do that. My numbers are right here on the platform. If you want to be part of the retreat, also ask me. I'll send your numbers to my wife. She's getting the whole retreat together. If you don't know what's happening, or you don't know what just happened, I'll see you guys later on tonight. Thank you very much. Come on.